Hey everybody, I had the most amazing conversation with people who are in a group with me this morning. And one of the things that came up was controlling emotions and the need for parents, especially, to control emotions. And it's interesting because I had to challenge that notion because I am constantly working with and surrounded by people who are brilliant at controlling their emotions. They do it when they're tiny and bigger and bigger and bigger. But the thing is, when you control your emotions, what you are doing is you are putting them in a pressure cooker. And eventually, there is going to be the one thing that breaks it open. So you've heard the saying, the straw that broke the camel's back, right? That is going to happen. Instead of perpetuating something that is not actually a kindness to anyone, what else is possible instead of controlling your emotions? Here, I would love to give you this. Honor your emotions, especially at the tiniest little minute place. Honor your awarenesses and your choices. Because when we honor the emotion, the awareness, and the choices, and don't imprison ourselves, we generally don't build it up so much that something's going to pop with the tiniest little thing. And usually it pops on the people that we care about the most. And then we then carry around some new emotions of regret and despair and shame. So here's an interesting thing. The moment that you feel unworthy, what would you like to do with it? The moment that someone angers you, or you feel like, I want to say, it really is all what we're holding inside. Somebody else doesn't anger us. It's what's inside that we're reacting to whatever they've done. But in that moment, let's say somebody did something and your reaction is anger. Feel it. Let it come out. And ask some questions. Anger is an amazing emotion that if we started to become aware of it, we would find that anger is very connected to choice and movement. And so anger generally says, like, anger that's repressed says that I don't have choice and I'm imprisoned. And so there's like a beast that keeps on growing inside that's going to break you free eventually and spew all over everyone. But in those tiny little moments, if you could ask yourself, what movement or choice do I have that could change this for me internally right now? What choice have I told myself that I don't have that I could allow myself to have? What movement? What place of being? Whatever it is. So start to play with that. Even something that makes you sad, right? It's connecting to a part of us that is inviting us to a deeper space of connection. Sadness is almost always an invitation for you to go into self-nurturing. It is not about somebody else. We could be longing for someone else, but the longing and them showing up will never touch what we could do for ourselves. And when we actually fill ourselves up to overflowing, when that person comes, it is way more nurturing, because otherwise the amount of water that they put into us, like love, whatever it is going into a desert and it just sizzles away. Rather than controlling your emotions, please be aware of them, choose with them, and honor them. And really allow them to release. Because when you allow them to release when they're little, it just doesn't have the impact that it does. And allow them to release in such a way that you own them rather than blaming. Because also when we let it compound, we release it on someone and blame them for our emotions rather than owning the fact that it could just be the emptiness inside that is reacting to the things that are happening on the outside. And if we spent the time caring about ourselves enough that we filled ourselves up, the reactions that we would have to what happens around us, especially in our most intimate relationships, would be so different. Care for you. Please care for you. It is the greatest gift and the greatest legacy that you can ever give, is showing others that caring for yourself is important. When you do it for you, in every moment, this isn't just about massages and hot coffees and things like that. This is about taking those moments and honoring your emotions and your choices and your awarenesses. When you care for yourself that deeply, it affects the world in such a beautiful way, and it comes back and nurtures you. Thank you so much.